Welcome to Visual Nature Studio. When you launch VNS, the opening splash screen will give way to the startup window where you can check tips, tutorials, and projects. Existing projects provides information and loading access to projects in your projects folder. New projects allows you to generate a new project from basic components. The users page is for working with multiple users and templates. We'll look at those in Part 6. Tutorials opens a list of available tutorials, each with a description and a project thumbnail. Double-click the description or single-click the thumbnail to open it in your browser. The Resume button down here in the lower left corner opens the last project you were working on. To create a new project, go to the File menu, select New, and open the New Project window. In the New Project field, enter the project name, Island. All the projects demonstrated in these tutorials can be found on your hard drive in the Tutorials folder. Create and save. We'll save the new project. When the Import Data question box appears, answer yes, we would like to import some data now. And the terrain data we're looking for is on the VNS3 DVD. In the DEM folder, and we're looking for island.elev. That's an elevation file, which is a WCS-VNS terrain elevation file. Open that, and the import wizard will appear and correctly identify this file as a WCS-VNS DEM. A DEM is a digital elevation model. This is a generic term applied to most terrain data files. To find out what other file types you can import, select the File Format reference or use the Universal F1 Help key to jump to the appropriate section of the Interactive Reference Manual. For data types, scroll down the page to the DEM Format section. Meanwhile, back in VNS, the wizard's waiting for us, so go on to the next window. The Load As page allows us to choose the type of VNS object loaded. We're importing a DEM, so we'll go with the wizard's loading suggestion and continue to the next window. Here we can change the file format, location, and name. The defaults are fine, so continue to the next window. The import wizard selects a coordinate system based on data read from the imported file. This file is in the geographic WGS84 coordinate system. We don't need to make any data positioning changes, so import the data and make the new coordinate system the default for viewing and rendering if you get a window popping up asking you to. It happens so fast you may not have noticed it, but we had progress going on down here in the status window. Once the terrain gets imported, we just get the results, in this case, what the maximum and minimum elevation were. After the data loaded, some of the categories over here in the Scene at a Glance change to a bold font. The Scene at a Glance is divided into an upper and lower pane. It gives you convenient access to all components, which are the building blocks of your scene. With each new project, basic default components are created, represented by bold categories here in the Scene at a Glance. We'll look more at it when we work with task modes later on. Okay, so where's the terrain we just imported? Open the database editor. You'll use this a lot, so you may want to get used to using the Alt-D keyboard shortcut, but we'll go with the icon in the icon toolbar, which will bring open the database editor. You'll notice here that the island is a DEM, and it's enabled to view and render. As for everything else here, this is the matrix, the gray area taking up most of your screen, which depending on your screen may look more cream or white, but it's empty until we tell VNS what to put in it. By default, the matrix is divided into 4 quadrants for camera views and component editors. To change the matrix layout, open the Preferences from the Icon toolbar. The Matrix page allows us to choose one of 12 layouts. We'll stay with the current 4-quad arrangement. While we're here, let's look at the Paths page. When you see WCS projects, WCS content, and WCS frames elsewhere in the program, these are path aliases. Master paths are the actual folder locations. You can read about them more in the Interactive Reference Manual. They come in handy when you're running VNS across a network. The Units page gives you access to all unit settings, so you can change them according to the project requirements or your personal preferences.